What's this junk?
That is an ender pearl. Teleports you to wherever you throw it.
Yeah, right.
That was a scene from the hit 2025 movie, A Minecraft Movie. In this scene, Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison, played by Jason Momoa, gets an ender pearl from a chest and throws it behind him, and teleports to where it landed, which is exactly what happens when you throw an ender pearl in the hit Minecraft video game. But this scene got me wondering, how far did Garrett teleport away from his original placement? How far did he... Now to answer this, we have to calculate exactly how large one of these floor tiles are, and how many he traveled in the first place. So I tried a bunch of different methods to figure that out. The blocks in the Minecraft movie do not match the blocks in the video game, and that's okay. The in-game blocks are said to be exactly 1 meter in height and length, which, judging by the comparison to the characters in the movie, it's not accurate. It's not accurate to the movie. Or to the video game. Whatever. I tried to figure out how many of Jack Black's shoes can fit into the block that he's standing on. I looked it up, and Google's AI gave me the strangely direct answer of a US size 11, which is just 11 inches. Then I tried photoshopping to see how many shoes I can fit on the block, but the camera angle made it very difficult to do. Besides, the measurements weren't exact enough for me, so I had to head to another strategy.
Chicken jockey!
That was basically just an excuse to show the chicken jockey clip. That was literally it. But then, while I was looking around movie footage, I found it. This photo has Steve directly horizontal to a baby villager. The baby villager is standing on a block, and the block is shown to be the exact same size of the ones in the original Ender Pearl scene. This is because Jack Black's feet match up perfectly to both blocks in both scenes. And the first thing I do was stack 3 baby villagers on top of each other, and then tried to match the camera perspective while doing so, and found that Jack Black is a little over the size of 2 baby villagers. So I subtracted his shoe size from him. After subtracting his shoe size from him, it brought us to about 4 feet and 7 inches, which, I mean, it's this number, which 4.583333, but dividing that by 2 gives us 2.35 feet for each baby villager, which is their height now. That's what they are. In the video game, the baby villagers measure up to, like, less. No, it's more. It's more. I read that wrong. I read my own script wrong. Dang. But the problem with that, with these measurements, is that they're, like... If I flip a baby villager over in Photoshop and put it next to a tile that's horizontal to it, it's just... the head is too big. Really, to get an accurate size measurement, I'd have to measure the body alone. So I did that. I cut off the baby villager's head. I did it. It turns out we get much more, like, even splits in terms of measurement if we do this. So I stack them on top of each other, and there's exactly 4 baby villager torsos that measure up to Steve's height. Evenly distributing Jack Black's height between each baby villager gives us a height of 1.4 baby headless villager whatever. So that means we have our block length, which is great. It's 1.4. Okay, now let's head back to the original scene now that we have the block measurement. There's a problem. In this image, tell me how many blocks away Garrett is from Steve. You can't. There's no way to tell how many blocks there are. So let's skip around this scene. Unfortunately, it's pretty short, with only 24 camera angles, 8 of which are being repeated, bringing it down to only 16 original camera angles to work off of. But of course now, we know the exact measurements of the tiles, so that can maybe help us too. This camera angle gives us a shot of Steve's stash, which is about 11 tiles across from that gold armor to that book, the lectern with the book, meaning that the length is about 9.8 feet. Now, I'm gonna be honest, that's really the best I can do. None of these other camera angles give us enough info to tell us how many blocks Garrett is from where he was or where he teleported, whatever. There's just not enough information. But I can figure out some things. When Henry, Steve, and Garrett walked into the room, Garrett was left of Steve. In this video, we can see that Garrett started walking right. Or it's not a video, it's an image, whatever. But in the following shot, Steve is shown to be completely alone, meaning that in the time between these two shots, Garrett had to change his mind and start walking left instead, because in the next shot, it shows him walking right behind Henry, when he already would have been right if he moved the direction that he did in the first scene. And I don't know why they shot it this way. It's dumb. In this next camera angle, we can see Garrett walking past Henry. Since we already know Garrett traveled left away from Steve, one can assume that at this point, he's already traveled 9.8 feet. If he is currently in line of the lectern, that's the original measurement from earlier, and was walking from the suit of golden armor, assuming that too. We can also assume that because Henry is by the right side of the shelf, it's safe to say that he's about 3 tiles away from Garrett, which is 4.2 feet. I don't know why I included that in the script, but I read it anyways. In between this shot and the next, Garrett takes 4 steps. However, the last 2 he uses just to balance himself. The average human step space is about 4.5 feet long, so we're gonna have to work off of that. So if he took 2 steps, meaning that means that he traveled 1.09 tiles and moved 5 feet in total. That's 5 in my hand. Which we can add to our total of 9.8 feet, making it 1.8 feet so far. Now that we've finally reached our grand total, this screenshot shows Garrett after he teleports, which puts him 2 miles away from Henry, and 1 tile away from the golden armor. For this, we'd have to subtract 1.4 feet, considering that gold armor is our starting point, and he is 1 tile ahead of it, meaning that in total, Garrett, the garbage man Garrison from the hit movie, a Minecraft movie, traveled at least 13.4 feet using the Ender Pearl. To recap, this graph represents our scene. The gold armor and chests are about 11 tiles away, as that's what 14.8 feet measures to in the tiles. Assuming that Garrett was looking at the gold armor, then headed to the chest, we can assume that he traveled 11 tiles to get to said chest, not 11 chests. 11 tiles. He then opened the chest, picked up an Ender Pearl, and tossed it directly behind him, teleporting him 10 tiles backwards, aka 13.4 feet. This is a perfect example of translation. It's a perfect example. As Jason Momoa, Garrett the Garbage Man, whatever you want to call him, translated himself in 14.4 feet. It was literally, he teleported instantly. He subtracted 13.4 feet backwards in the scene. And that's 10 units backwards. Anyways, I'm gonna go now.